Yeah, do that. It's good. It's good, right?
So good.
Don't eat it without the carrots, though. I'm making a roasted carrot dish with curry leaf dukkah, and it's from Comfort. That's how it looks in the book. It's one of those dishes that you can make everything in advance. For me, this is Comfort, and then just put together at the very last minute. The dukkah got curry leaves in it, so it's not your traditional dukkah, and Helen, who's one of the co-authors in the book, had it in Sri Lanka. It's got cashews, it's got hazelnut, it's got almonds, it's got coriander, it's got peanuts. On top of that, it's got fried curry leaves, so it's a wonderful condiment to have, not only for these beautiful carrots, but just for everything, really. Let's start by roasting some nuts for the dukkah. It's not a traditional dukkah in the sense that it's got some unusual flavors, mostly the curry leaves, but normal dukkah has coriander seeds and hazelnut, so we've got those on the tray. Almonds, cashews, peanuts, that all goes, and I'm just gonna mix them, and which is a condiment you really want to have in your cupboard. It's all about toasting nuts, blitzing them, and putting them in a jar. So this is the first stage. I'm just going to put it in the oven at 160 for about 10 minutes. Some neutral oil in this pan, and once it heats up properly, I'm going to fry my curry leaves. So I'm just going to let it warm up. You can just test it by putting a leaf inside, and it needs to bubble nicely, so this will take a few more minutes. Oil is heating up. I'm going to start trimming my carrots. So this is a good sized carrot, that's a good sized carrot, and it's nice that they're whole, they look nice. When the carrots are too big, I'm just going to cut them in half like that, and then in quarters. So they're all kind of roughly the same size, so they take a similar amount of time to cook. Just love the fact that they have these kind of stems, the green stems, so those stay if possible. If you can get them with the stems, it's just such a lovely thing to look at, but it's not essential. If you can't get baby carrots or long carrots like these one, and you get like these thick stubby ones, that's also fine. And that's all my carrots done, and just going to spread them on the tray. If you throw one leaf in there, you'll see it bubbling away nicely. Now I can throw all the leaves in there. They do tend to splutter, so when I move away, give it a little turn so they move around, but they want to go crispy. So yeah, roughly 30 seconds. And as soon as you've done that, get that ready, and we're going to drain them. Are really what's going to give this dukkah its particular amazing flavor, and it's not traditional. Helen came across this recipe when she was traveling in Sri Lanka, and I don't think they even call it a dukkah there. It was just called a nut crumble. But the sentiment is the same. It's kind of a crispy, crunchy topping that you can just put in a jar, and it will last a good couple of weeks or even longer. We actually do it ourselves, a little bit of self-promotion. We do it on the Ottolenghi website, so we make our own curry leaf dukkah. You can easily make it yourself, but you can also buy it if you want to. I'm just waiting for these leaves to cool down a little. I've got the oil from the curry leaves, so I'm going to use about 3 tablespoons. Flavor the carrot for the roasting. Some salt, some pepper, and a little bit of lemon juice. So all these carrots are sitting there nicely coated in the oil and seasoned. And I think I can take my nuts out of the oven now. So the carrots are ready, they're seasoned with the oil. I'm going to put them in the oven at 220. You want them to be crunchy, but take on quite a bit of color as well. So I'll check them in about 25 minutes. So this is the wonderful thing. You've got these nuts that have been nicely toasted. I've got the curry leaves, and I'm just going to blitz them up to a kind of like a crumble texture with some fried shallots. You can buy them or you can make them, and then also with some flake chili and salt. Very aromatic, really nutty and delicious condiment. I think this looks really good. I don't like it to be completely even. It's nice to have slightly bigger nuts and slightly smaller ones, so it looks more homemade. And it's always, always, always good to make more than you're going to need, because this is one of those things that sits on your shelf in a jar and it just calls your name. It calls my name. I put it over my eggs at breakfast, whether scrambled or poached. I put it on salads just to give them a little crunch. Everything will benefit from this. I'm going to taste this just because I can and report back. I have to do that. So you get all the nutty flavors, the dukkah, a bit of salt, and the coriander seeds are really, really nice and give a really, really, really nice texture as well. They're slightly crunchy. Curry leaves here. The last element is a yogurt, just a bowl of thick yogurt that I've got in the fridge ready. All I do is season it with a bit of salt, and then I can plate my dish. So the carrots are looking beautiful, so they've taken on some color, and you want them to be slightly crunchy, so there is a bit of resistance on the knife, but cook through. So for me, they're absolutely perfect. Now I can smell the curry leaf oil coming through, so I'm just going to let them cool down for about 10 minutes before I'm ready to plate them with the yogurt. The carrots have cooled down, and I'm just literally going to place them here. This is when you get to be creative, so just spread them like that. I like to see some of them with the skin and some of them just cut through. It looks so nice. And the beautiful thing about this dukkah is that it's got all the gorgeousness of a normal dukkah, but it's also got that green color from the curry leaves, and that green color really accentuates the orange. Beautiful translucent curry leaves just to kind of make it look even more beautiful. And that's really it.
Looks really good.
Thank you.
And I actually like that the carrots were warm, because it's warmed up the yogurt, but yeah. Cheers.
We know we love this, right?
Yeah. It's nothing like that.
It's really nice. It's special.